Wait, hold on a sec. Wait. What level of potion is that?
Not sure about level, but it's on 5e tools. It says it's very rare, minor tiers. I guess it falls under magic item. Yeah, it does fall under magic item.
All right,
It'd take a long time to make.
Yeah. So 1 supreme and 3 what?
And 3 superior. Although I do believe I gave you superior.
You have already given us some superior.
Yeah, so it's not
I think
like
I still have all the potions.
it's not like new thing to you.
Yeah, I still have all of them. We literally haven't used them. Luckily, haven't used them.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what I wrote down.
Yeah, but you might add that. Oh, okay, so yeah, that makes sense because for now you only have like crafting materials, not the potions themselves. Okay, and with that,
shall I roll my Arcana?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
This is my people. This is my people.
Okay.
26.
While they are doing that, I'm just tailing Silas.
Okay.
Walks kind of fast. He's got a 35-foot base movement.
I have 45.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay. Few things. One, if Sasa had any suspicions before, now that you like feel in, like breathe in the ambience of this place, look at the aesthetics, and try to feel the lingering figments of power that once traveled through these realms. Because with a nat 20 and 26 total on result, while you did focus initially on those scraps for that possible mana potion, you breathe in and your senses catch something more. It's not overwhelming. You like feel what sort of power might have flown through here, and it at its peak it might have been both frightening and also breathtaking experience, the amount of power that was being harnessed and challenged here. And you do recall one of the pages from your journal that it didn't mention this place by name or location, but it does sound like a place where one of your ancestors might have been involved with. And feeling that connection, and for this role, I know normally it doesn't work that way, that Arcana is not like detect magic spell, but with that result, I want, and with these circumstances, I want to like fluff, I say that, yeah, do not cast magic itself, but your nature, your blood, that who you are, the bloodline that you came from, causes, and you do not notice this at first. The rest of the party absolutely might notice that there are modes of prismatic light. Actually, no, apologies, not prismatic. There are modes of light and dark appearing and slowly circling above Sasa, that is focused on the scraps that actually were also found nearby one of the destroyed biotanks and tubes. And then you start
Okay.
seeing that it's not only above Sasa's head, but the motes of light, like specks of dust, they start floating, like start being visible to your eyes in other places across the room, slowly hanging in the air. And as you blink, you feel a different sensation, and you find yourselves observing perhaps the same place, but not in the same time.
Scared. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Here.
Amazing.
As
Get
you see a
that.
place this laboratory as it was at its peak, at its prime. As you see, the perhaps now biotanks, in the past they were structures of metal and glass. And inside one of those, you see vaguely humanoid, but without any distinct shapes, shadowy figure that is being locked in said cage. And a different person, power of light flowing around it, chanting something, you cannot discern the words, conducting some sort of, well, you do wonder. Definitely Pastor, if anyone else wants to throw in, but definitely Pastor can make a religion check.
Oh boy.
After all, you are a cleric.
Wait, is everyone seeing this?
14.
Wait, are we all seeing this?
Yeah,
Yes.
is this all happening?
Yes, all of you.
Oh.
Wow.
Lord.
Oh boy.
All of you are
Check it.
having.
Check it out.
All of you are
Oh,
having
yeah.
the same
Mass
sensation.
hysteria. Let's go.
All of you are having the sudden sensation of not being in the place, but seeing it. AKA a vision. A glimpse
I just trigger a wish for everyone. I'm sorry.
of the past. Alright. For Vale and Silas, like, could be like exorcism or some shit. Like, the guy looks like a priest, right? Has robes and religious symbols and whatnot. For Salsa it takes slightly longer to figure out, but Pastor knows that while it might look religious, it is anything but. What you're observing is an experiment, a magical ritual. Nothing regarding religion, just a moment where before the war, those callous servants of the gods and the deities themselves were toying with powers that ultimately broke out of their control. And as you look around, you are not locked in place, but there is like a foggy wall that prevents you from like basically going outside this this laboratory. But you see that this laboratory complex had multiple specimens like this, and you see plenty of weird, strange, mystical machinery that is operating. Actually, you see that sometimes in those glass cages, there are not only vaguely shadowy humanoid creatures, but there are also vaguely light creatures being experimented in a very similar way, and similarly dressed, not priests, even though they look like once. The powers of dark and shadow also circling around them.
Oh,
And to see that, and the vision doesn't suddenly end. You have a moment to, well, react while still being
I-
like seeing this in your minds, like feeling that you are here but not really, not your bodies. What do you do? What do you say to one another? As you have like vague idea, understanding that you are
All seeing
here.
this shit.
Wait,
Yes.
do we all like see each other as well in this area?
Yeah, sure, could be like silhouettes. Like you might. It's up to you. Like you can see each other as like ghosts, or you can just basically be like floating modes of light.
Das is just gonna rush and try to look at this priest's face.
All right.
Alright,
What
I'm
are you
gonna try
looking
and
for?
look at the shadowy thing inside the tube.
She wants to see if she can recognize this person as a fae like her. And just like in general, try to remember the face.
Looking at the features, they are not exactly clear, but they give more of a vibe of a fey elf ladrin than a human or a dwarf.
Hmm.
But perhaps due to the specifics or like the reason why you cannot be for sure certain that if this specific priest was your ancestor, not priest, but the researcher was your ancestor or not. But you do not actually, as you look at them and Vale looks at the shadowy creature, you can give me insight checks.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Vale, with that 17. It's hard to look at the face of the creature because some of the features are not there. Either they weren't there in the first place, or the vision, something with the vision doesn't exactly work. The brain cannot translate some things that it sees. But you still can read body language, even if it's harder than usual. And the sense, the impression that you get for that creature inside is pain. And then through that pain, anger at being hurt, at being toyed with, at being experimented.
I think Vale just has like this sort of somber look between like him and the researcher and the creature.
And you get a feeling that whatever malice that creature might had back there, it wasn't something that it had inside it. It was something caused by the outside world, by the scientists, by the researchers. And Sasa, they say the eyes are the doorway to the soul, and in the soul of this elf, you see pure, unrelenting, unquestioning zeal of pursuit of knowledge, of pursuing the goals set by the deities above. Pursuit in the name of fame, power, and harnessing the most fundamental forces of the universe. Most basic energies. There is no hatred at that creature inside the cage. It's not because, well, it hates the creature. No, what you see it's perhaps even worse. In the eyes of the scientists, the specimens, well, they are just materials. They are just tools.
Have no
Means to
value.
an end. They are not worthy of being hated. They just are.
Okay. Is he holding a book in the vision?
Yes, however, the vision is not as detailed to allow you, like,
To read. Okay.
read with him. However, what you can get, you cannot, like, read and understand. Like, basically, your brain doesn't process the words that are being read. But when you try to look at the pages, there's this like warning pang of pain flashing through your brain, which triggers a flashback to where you almost found those pages written in the dead language of the gods. That almost,
And I almost died.
yes. So
yeah.
like,
Okay.
oh shit, like avoid.
Yeah. She's just gonna like hold her face and just look away, and as she looks to the creature, she's gonna do something stupid because Sassy is smart, but not that smart. I know this is only a vision, but since there was modes of darkness in this room, is there any way I can attempt to hold the vision for longer? Like, channel both the light and the dark of this room?
Funny that should mention that. Because essentially, now that the vision of the past has been triggered, and essentially it shows you a portion of basically the experiments that were being conducted before everything went to shit. You can use this or not, you can ignore it, but essentially each of the player characters gets to ask me a question.
More questions.
God.
If you want, plus this is something that can, wait a little bit. Basically, like flavor-wise, it's like you basically see something in this vision that gives you insight in whatever way. And even if I give you answers later, we can explain that your brain took like time to process what it saw and to contextualize the knowledge that it gained. Okay, but again, this is like purely if you want to use it, go for it. If not, then that's fine too.
I think Pastor is going to look at all the different contained creatures, and he's looking to see if he recognizes anything or anyone.
I kind kind of have to like ask, are you aiming for something specific?
Not really. He's looking to see if he recognizes just anything about them other than that they are creatures of the light or dark. Any features or like symbols.
Hmm. All right, I'm gonna write them down. Yeah, because this is something I'll think about this, because the initial thought is that there wouldn't be, but also the question is intriguing enough and there might be some plot potential with it. So basically hold that thought. I'm gonna write that down and think about like more expanded proper answer for the next session.
Understood.
Basically, your question was like, are there like any specific creatures or something you would recognize?
Yeah.
I have DM question. Did anywhere in the journal there was, I assume there was explanations on the experiments of how to blend light and dark, correct? Like some of my ancestors trying to do it.
More of an idea that they're basically working on basically controlling these powers and doing with them as they wished. Which I guess also could include blending.
In that case, what I want to figure it out is from these experiments that I am seeing. Obviously, this person is trying to like you said, the pursuit of knowledge and all that stuff. But I want to focus myself on the creature of dark and try to figure out how it uses its powers, so I can learn something about it too.
Okay. So this is also something I will, take a
Mhm,
week to consider like a proper good answer for.
mhm.
Just understanding how dark power works. That basically sums it up, how I wrote it in chat.
Yeah, I think so.
Vale wants to know if the Night Lords originated from this. And if they did, are there like Light Lords as well? Like what? Like is that what
Hmm.
came from this?
Interesting.
Okay.
Like is that why all the Night Lords like hate each other because they all have like family trauma? They're all like,
God.
extremely traumatized.
Oh, and once this is done, Passer's gonna do something stupid of his own.
Yeah,
I welcome it.
For Vale's question, I already have a vague idea how to answer this, but I just to make sure I do not miss any like important detail, I want to like basically take time to like consider an answer in full. Plus, I'm not feeling super confident in answering right now. And just to be sure, would Silas have any question, or do you not want to use that option somehow? I'm fine either way. Just wanted to make sure.
Guess this would be more pertinent. Has Vale been open about pursuing, I believe, another werewolf, correct?
We killed it.
We're ready to
Okay.
kill him.
Just making sure. Okay, but that werewolf had light or dark power within them, right? Or am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
shadow
yeah.
corrupted.
The reason why he was
Alright.
ostracized by my group was because he made a dark pact.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep talking through this so you can understand where my question's gonna come from. I now know Sasa people are connected to this place too, right? And then, as far as technology goes, the most advanced thing I've seen before this was Pastor, right?
Oh no.
Mm.
Who made Pastor?
Mm.
Oh,
wanna know
that
who
question
made Pastor.
finally came up.
Okay, okay, that is a very, very good, interesting question.
I was wondering when that question pop up.
Do you have like, you know how all machines have like scan QR code for service? Have like one of those and like a call number? We can just pick up a phone.
Who in particular is that person? 'Cause I understand the concept that someone made Pastor clearly, but I want to know who exactly this person is.
Because it might not be detailed like the exact identity of the person, but
I mean,
get the gist of
who,
it. Like,
what? This is the idea. If it was like a 5-minute reel, or even a 1-minute reel, I would like. It would be the concept of when they got the idea, to the point of them getting every step, to the point of finishing Pastor being made, and then whatever they did with Pastor, if they just like left them in stasis, did you put them out into the world? Like what exactly? Like I want to know a person that made Pastor.
What if some random gnome made him? Like not these guys.
Okay.
Like just some guy.
Why did he make him? Is the question.
He
No,
was
like
oh, it wasn't a random gnome. It wasn't a random
Pastor's
gnome at all.
only a prototype.
Yes. Again, this is another question that, to make sure I give like a good, interesting answer, I will take a week to consider for the
Yeah,
next session. But I can already say that Silas will learn that Pastor was not made in the City of Hope.
yeah.
I say that it was an entirely different city altogether. But yeah, oh yeah, sorry,
Oh my god.
and yeah, I wanted to mention that when the questions asked and with the visions, the knowledge, insight being granted, poured into your brains, the vision would be ending. But Derp, you mentioned something that Pastor had a potentially stupid idea.
Yes, it's this. It's channel divinity inside of the memory.
You need to calm down.
Very well. Please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Woo!
One-way trip back to God, idiot.
Where is wisdom?
Wait, you learn.
Would you effective vision?
No, there's wisdom.
Yes!
What have you done?
Yes.
Oh, the music is changing.
The
I hate that.
vision stops.
Yes.
Other members of the party stop. They still see, but they feel frozen. Their eyes are locked into the priest, the shadowy figure, that for a moment they seem frozen as well. But then the head of the scientist snaps, almost like exorcist style, towards your eyes, Pastor. The shadowy figure, despite the fact that you didn't see eyes at first, also seems to be snapping in your direction. You are hit with the weirdest sense of uncanny valley. Because you know you should be looking at the face, something that has mouth, nose, eyes, ears, facial figures, but it's wrong. It's even though there's no like technology, the PCs do not know the word, but throwing about the word is like glitching. It's wrong. It shouldn't look like that. And then a deep voice from unmoving mouth. Actually, two voices speaking as one. They say in basically the words you hear and understand in all languages you know at once. So you know that someone says something to you in common, you understand it's said in common. But here you hear a sentence and you understand it in all the
Abyssal,
languages
celestial, and common.
all languages that you understand, and it's like the echo multiplies. And they say, "We are disappointed. Do not seek what you are not worthy of."
Can Pastor reply?
That saving throw roll, you cannot.
Understood.
You are quite literally frozen. And actually, for the duration of this, you can consider that you are under the effects of frightened condition.
Perfect.
And the price for thy sins will be paid. Will be paid. Will be paid. And with those multiplied echoes of will be paid, the vision ends. You are like a string. You are snapped back, realizing that you didn't move from where you are. But now you are in the present with the decrepit wreckage of what once was a great laboratory.
Vale just spins around in a panic, like looking like, where the fuck? Who the fuck? And looks at Silas. Silas is still there. Calms down a little bit. Did you see that?
Huh? Oh, yeah, whatever it was. I'm sorry. That was... Ugh.
What the fuck was that?
Like,
So did
go
we
ahead.
all heard that person talk?
You all heard the voice, yes. However, only Pastor was hit with the frightened condition because it was aimed at him.
Okay.
Oh, but that gives more reason why to leave.
Maybe you were right. Maybe we should leave.
I'm going to do something.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say that
going
basically.
to say, sorry.
Yeah, just one quick thing, because that might adjust your idea. When you like snap back into reality, those like modes of light and dark, you just see them for like a blink, like half a second maybe, and they just dissipate completely, and you do not feel or see anything present in this area.
Okay. That's still not going to change what I was gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
As they're talking about, like, maybe we should leave, she's going to figure out this place sucks and it's where bad things started to happen. Pastor, are you still conscious,
I
or
am.
are you still frightened?
He just has the frightened effect. Sure. All of his lights are bright fucking yellow.
He's shaking in his little robot boot.
Okay. I am going to vortex warp Pastor out of the room. It's a Constitution saving throw, but if you want, you can just go. I just want to get you so we don't lose the pastor.
I'm gonna say that because Pastor is frightened, he is a bit paranoid right now, and he's gonna try and fight off that spell.
Okay.
Watch me roll in with the silver barbs.
You said Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Also, side
Okay,
note:
cool.
whenever the visions,
Never mind, I'm failing.
whenever the visions music stopped, all I heard in my mind was this.
Da, da, da.
I was like, oh no.
Okay. So
Pastor gets
as
fucking
he's-
teleported.
As he gets teleported away from the room, Sass is going to say, Silas, now I see why you were scared. And she's going to cast Catapult and just throw shit at each other. Just start throwing stuff everywhere.
Oh, good. Well, I wouldn't jump that far. Right off
No,
the bat.
she's using all of them. I'm using every single one of my spell slots, and I'm going to just catapult stuff around and destroy this place.
But yeah, no, this is just him trying to talk it out a little bit.
Vale is just like dodging everything you're throwing, and he walks over to you and he puts his hands on your shoulders and he's like, "Do you remember what I said about acting out whenever you're scared or angry? Do you
She's
remember
going
the
to
conversation we had?"
she's going to turn around. She's wide-eyed. She's going to say, "Yes, I do. That's why I know we need to destroy this place."
We can destroy this place with like explosives.
Hey,
Um,
wait, hold on. Can I cast
Slap
this
stomach.
spell on myself?
What does frighten make it so you
depends
can't cast spells or anything?
no, it's not.
Actually, I
Oh,
was
then
going to
probably.
say that. I mean, sure, you can also use that, but I was going to say that because you were like suddenly thrown away, like warped. That could probably shake you from your funk, or rather, I would be fine if that shook you from your funk, from your frightened condition. I mean, you are still feel free to like fluff-wise. You can like roleplay Pastor still being, kinda shaky, but mechanically you are no longer under the effect of frightened.
Okay.
Vale's like, I know that you think you're doing a lot, but throwing a few things around it will not do as much as a few barrels of gunpowder. So I think we should go tell everybody, and then I can carry
Yes,
these barrels
but-
down.
Yes, but someone
What, the
was using it
cave?
before we
can
were
flood the
here.
cave.
Someone was using this before we got here. I am stopping them from using them while we get out of here.
But
But it
may
was
or may
from a
not have been
while ago.
Faye.
You can all give me intelligence ability check, just flat out intelligence. Not saving throw, just flat out intelligence.
I'm so fucking smart. Watch this.
Check it
Frick
out.
yeah.
Hey!
One for a second.
Okay.
219.
Okay, actually it makes perfect sense for Sasa to roll the lowest because of the
Mhm.
emotional distress. However, Vale and Pastor now being shaken back to the reality. Basically, whatever was using this place already achieved what it wanted.
Yeah, I
Know
figured
how
that was the
long
case.
ago it was.
And
Okay, Sasa-
that vision was just mere spark, the last ember that now died away.
Okay.
However, sorry, I just one more thing I wanted to mention that, especially that in those 19s, you also like start wondering about one more thing. If someone else was here before, from where did they enter, you are absolutely sure that the breach itself, it occurred from the inside.
Mm-hmm. Vale's gonna say, well, there's only one other person I know that who's after this kind of research, and that's Scary Angel. Scary Dark Angel. And he is also able to get in here without needing to actually break in here, because he can just make a portal like he did and then just walk in. So I have a feeling whatever he did here, he's already done it. So I don't think he'll be back. That's why he was pestering you.
As I just kind of just like slowly floats down to the ground and just like sits on the ground, just like, dang it.
And also, one more thing that you start to consider. Like, sure, blowing this place up, doable. Like, with time and resources, sure. You walked for a while, but the City of Hope is not like huge metropolis, but it's still a relatively sizable settlement. You don't believe you are away from the city. Like, you're still pretty sure you are, like, beneath the city itself. Probably, like, deep, because the mines themselves are pretty deep, but...
He's mostly talking about collapsing the tunnel in, not really the whole place.
Ah, okay,
But
sorry.
yeah.
So I was like...
Yeah, I didn't have time to really get that idea, because Sasa was like, no! But
Yeah, sorry, my apologies. However, because that also works, like, because Sasa God managed to, like, got off, like, 1 or 2 catapults, I would say, like, one of the projectiles in that cut short path of destruction, because there were some tunnels leading from this main complex that all of them were basically destroyed and caved in. But Sasa's actions cause to reveal another, not entrance, but exit. Should you investigate, it would reveal a staircase leading up.
I have a question. Can I smell like a fresh air draft from up there? Like, is that an actual way out? Maybe there's a door closed, but passive perception 15.
Actually, not fresh. Like, it doesn't feel like there is an active, like, flow of air coming from up there. But that maybe that merely means this passage is concealed, depending on where it ends.
Looks at group, looks at stairs, looks at group.
Let's go.
Let's get.
I mean, it's
fucking
really, it's up to you. Like, you can safely ignore that and return the way you came from, but
Picks up Sasa from the ground, puts on shoulder. Let's get out of here.
Goes back down the hall.
Do not.
Pastor at the doorway is just quietly talking to himself. Oh, wait, why is... Oh, yeah, because we don't have our...
okay, I imagine you talking in...
Celestial or Abyssal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Right. So, you gather everyone and actually, hold on. Because I forgot, because that actually with passive perception 15 and that with those senses.
Also, because of my feet, it's actually a passive perception of 20.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, so
What the fuck?
No flow of fresh air, but when you like really focus, really like take a deep breath in, you do feel a very faint scent of now your dead nemesis. It's not fresh, it definitely happened a while ago, but you managed to catch a glimpse of it. Considering that you did see them, or rather, there were mentions that the angel, fallen angel, was working with your nemesis. Makes sense that Raoul was here as well.
He would just confirm that with everybody. That, hey, the dead wolf was here before he died.
And it definitely feels like it came from that staircase instead of the other place.
I gathered the party. I pushed them up the stairs. Get up there. Come on.
Fine.
Okay, so you're investigating the staircase.
Or do you? No. Don't.
Okay.
I'll pull out the whole wall and take you with me.
I will have several questions because they might turn out to be important. Is Vale leading the way?
He would probably, yeah.
Okay. Is Vale using any source of light?
I don't need it. No.
Okay. Making sure. Does Vale has anything related to trap detection?
I don't like all these questions you're asking me. I have just passive investigation, but nothing specific like a feat or anything.
I mean, technically, I'm on your shoulder, so I can be passive investigation too.
Does Sasa has any light source?
I mean, I usually just have my little light cantrip. Not light cantrip, my sorry, I forgot the word. I also have my drift glove. There we go. I have the drift glove. Drift glove.
Okay, and
it's just like a.
And it gives like what, like the way I see on you, talking like 5 feet of light.
A drift globe is essentially a torch, so 20 and then 20 more dim light. I believe.
Okay. So, Vale, as you're leading the party very carefully with Sasa almost on your shoulder, you finally reach a trapdoor of some sorts. You like very carefully peek inside. For now, I'll throw your token on the map. As you find yourself in something that seems at the first glance like a very decrepit, run-down basement with plenty of destroyed, wrecked furniture, and with that passive perception of 20, you also see, of note, 2 closed-off cabinets. Their size, and considering what else do you see, indicates mirrors, because in the bottom left corner you see a mirror facing the center of the room. And yes, that dried blood, very old dried blood, you still like also see it. The other mirror is partially covered. It's completely dark in here, and you can't really realize if there's anything, if anything is reflecting in those, glass surfaces. And what?
So this
I know
sigil
you
on
have.
the ground is actually there.
Sorry, what?
This like circle on the ground is actually there.
Yes.
Okay. So I assume this is like a hatch that I like climb out of.
Yes, trapdoor. Like you are able to like basically do a Kilroy, basically peek your eyes above without having to like jumping, jumping out, and yeah, I want to give you fuck. What normally would be? I know you
Just
have passive
imagine my
perception
little
20,
horns.
but see what would be a roll. What rogues usually roll to like detect traps?
Investigation. Investigation.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
Here we go. Yes. I'm gonna die.
Okay. Apart
You
from
see,
the
like, two little horns push up the trapdoor.
apart from the decrepit nature of this place, and also another like very faint but still smell of the nemesis confirming that yes, Raoul came through here. You do not feel that there's anything wrong.
I hate that.
I mean, more wrong than usual.
Yeah, and I don't hear any movement or anything.
Right now, no.
Okay. Then he would look around the room, see all the blood and weird mirrors and cabinets, and gently, like, push up the trap door and just let it fall back.
All right.
And then sort of like, wait a second.
Are you the only one that is currently stepping in, or do you allow the others to come after you?
He'd probably wait a second and then step in himself.
All right. Right now, nothing happens.
He's gonna call down to the others and he's gonna say, I think I found one of their cult hideouts, but there's no one here now.
All right. So I assume like step to the side here or somewhere else.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So I want to confirm I can like put the others on the map. I take it.
Yes, I'd say so.
Right.
Unless they are just choosing not to step in, I don't know.
However, I want to make double sure, like, okay, so listen, Silas, Pastor, do you step in after Bell and Sasa?
Yeah.
Right, so let me put you in.
Wait.
Actually,
God, I thought you said this
What?
was a cult house. As he looks at Vale.
yeah, actually, yeah.
I don't see any horses here.
Wrong cult. the ULT. Not the.
Also,
oh, wait.
it's maybe not super fancy, but considering this is the first map I made in Dungeon Draft, I think the final
It's
effect
very
is
good.
So-
Nice.
it's okay. And yeah, so Sasa, your source of light is it would be more than 5 and 5. So basically,
I've lit up this entire room.
yeah, actually, yeah. Even if Sasa didn't like have like a stronger power source when Pastor steps in, stuff happens. The insidiousness of this trap is centered around the idea that it works against the main major basic thing that you were taught since your birth for your entire lives. The thing that You should have light, because that keeps away the darkness. But here, the light disturbs the darkness. And as the light being brought forth into the room reflects onto the, now you realize, the onyx surface glass of this mirror, you see something shifting within this mirror. And then it cracks. And you see something stepping forth.
Oh. Amazing.
I don't know why, but I feel like this is from a Magic the Gathering card.
20. Nice.
9.
That paranoia from earlier on really helped him out here.
Truly.
Okay, so let's just this is something.
It do be like that.
Shadow horror.
And I think I did sadly mention that I have to like pretty much call it on time.
Right.
So with the insidious trap being activated and the combat beginning, I will actually leave you off with one more bit of information. Because yeah, the mirror cracked and through it stepped forth this shadowy looking horror, which apparently, if 5 tools is to be believed, it's a creature from Guide to Ravnica.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yes, and you realize, most of all, Veil, with that passive perception, that that mirror on the other side that was partially covered, it doesn't move as much, but there's like a small shake. It stays in place, but there's like a jerky motion.
I'm gonna write a note to myself.
Cover that mirror.
Playing mirror into ground, maybe. That too.
Note to self.
And probably make sure that the already existing creature will not be able to, release its second brethren.
Good
Actually,
luck releasing anything when I got you in my hands, bitch.
I have like, let's say from a minute. Like, at the start of combat, if you want to, this is an undead, so if you want to make a knowledge check, so that you will know what you are dealing with for the combat
I
next
have
week.
advantage on those.
Amazing.
18.
Knowledge.
Wait.
I mean, this is undead, so I think. Actually, I don't remember. Sorry, because I might have allowed in the past to use history.
Well, there is no knowledge in PF2E.
There is no
Or not
straight
here,
knowledge
fifth edition.
check, so I just used a check. I can do survival or any other check if you'd like.
Okay, I should have said that. Okay, yeah, because I always thought that like for undead it's religion, for like dragons is arcana, I think.
For my specific thing, like my blood hunter thing, it's history
Religion.
and investigation. So
Okay, got it.
that's why I did history.
I'll do religion. I thought it was just anything. Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, that's
Nice.
that's pretty solid. All right, run from regular shadows. The plain shadows, rather the darkness, can bring forth creatures that can bend the mind or terrify even the seasoned heroes. As the shadow horror steps through, you do know that it is fear, so it cannot be frightened. But a creature so deeply intertwined with the dark is vulnerable to radiant damage. It is
I know exactly what my first attack is gonna be.
it is pretty
Looks
good at
Pastor.
perception, very good at stealth. Has multi-attack. It deals.
I've been
It actually deals
Oh.
not magical damage. It deals like piercing and slashing. However,
oh
if you get hit with claws, the claws have saving throw attached to it.
nice.
Basically wisdom, and if you fail, you are frightened until the there's like proper decision because it's either your turn or the start of the horror's turn. Also, it has an AoE ability.
In this confined room.
Vale's just gonna call out to Sasa. He's like, "Hey, you know that little globe thing? Make it do the super powerful thing where it like explodes. AKA, you can use it to cast daylight." And then he looks at Pastor. He's like, "You do the thing where you like," and he makes like the javelin throwing motion that you do for guiding bolt.
And you do know that it has silent sensitivity.
I will say, I've been planning on upcasting a guiding bolt for a little while.
Delete them.
If it hits,
Right.
hopefully.
I'll just
Alright.
restrain it. Easy.
But then I gotta worry about hitting you.
Nah, it's fine.
Alright. But yeah. Actually, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, sorry, it took a little while longer, but definitely after this encounter is handled and maybe perhaps resolution from this, you can definitely start preparing and assuming that next session your characters will level up.
Very
Understood.
nice
After, like,
and cool.
This is like done. But yeah, that will be that for today.
Ooh, once I level up, I get potent spell casting.
Thank you for the session.
Yeah, thank you for the session. Hope
Thank you for the
had-
session.
Hope you had fun.
I am now
Like-
traumatized again.
With like no
Woo!
combat, but some interesting developments.
This is like a belated birthday for me because my birthday was like yesterday. So, fuck
Oh,
Yes.
Hey, happy
Okay.
belated birthday.
Thanks.
yeah.
Anyway, see you guys next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Bye.